Upcoming South African Athletics National Championships to be held in Potchefstroom over the next 2 days. Former South African 100-meter specialist and gold medalist at the Edmonton Canada World Championships in 2001, Leeroy Newton has his eyes firmly on the event. Newton, through his company, is manager to the young guns in sprinters Clarence Munyai and gift Leotlela, as well as Olympic silver medalist Luvo Manyonga. Tabiso Sitole spoke to Newton.
Athlete, now having the opportunity to learn from my own mistakes. I was poorly managed myself, and I took lessons out of that. I think the journey for athletes is specifically management of athletes compared to other sports is very closely related between the manager and the athlete and the coach. So it's a real blessing for me to be involved with these athletes, this type of athletes, and I've got an extra card in my sleeve because I was a former professional athlete, and hopefully we can assist them to go all the way.
I'm looking at your stable, if I can call it that. You know, you got Olympic champions, you got up and coming, already some of these youngsters, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. We're already speaking about them pushing sub-10s and pushing Olympic champions to the brink come at the Nationals this weekend. It's surreal in a way. Again,
athletics gave myself an opportunity, one, to become a businessman, to study, etc. I've obviously been highly biased. We are a complete sports marketing agency, but I'm highly biased because it's in my blood. It's what I've done. It's what I've always done. And again, as I said to you, that gives me the ace up my sleeve, is that because it's provided such a great opportunity for myself, I'm emotionally attached to it, that I can provide that extra mile for them within the space because it comes so naturally.
I mean, then again, you're looking at these kids that you mentioned now. I mean, the likes of the likes of Gift. Luvo, again, world Olympic silver medalist. What does it take to actually build? I mean, you would know better what it takes to be where they are now, but they seem to, as compared to where you guys came from, they got here very quickly at this age, though. I mean, they're really superstars, you can call them that.
For sure. As we said earlier, these athletes are in the top 5 in the world. Luvo's a guy going to go and jump over 9 meters. We're in a privileged position. What's important for us is to build a really strong team around them, to provide the structure so that they can perform. And us, from a management point of view, is to take all these issues around it and try to soften the noise so that they stay completely focused to go out and perform.
Do you think we still don't appreciate what the world over appreciates when it comes to athletes and athletics here in South Africa?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. South Africa, in the 80s, early 90s, athletics was very strong, and somehow we lost our way. But this new crop of kids that are coming through, they're highly talented. We've got the likes of Wade breaking the world record. It's a completely new energy, and these athletes believe that they are the best in the world, and some of them are the best in the world. So it's a whole new generation, and it's an exciting time for South Africa. I think for Athletics South Africa, for all coaches, schools, etc., involved with it now, to really take it by its reins and drive this process, because athletics is on the up.
I mean, you look at, again, where we are. This home is probably the home of some of the best sprinters or some of the best athletes in South Africa is concerned presently. You look at the SA Nationals Cup this weekend, there's always something to look forward to. All of a sudden, you think back the 4 night series that are there, you think to yourself, geez, South African athletics has come full circle in a way. The boom of these 100-meter sprinters, I'm sure you're sitting back and you're like, being there, done that. But these guys, I'm sure, it's a dream probably having them in your stable.
For sure. I think everybody wants to manage the fastest man in the world. To be a part of their journey is fantastic. Guys have won the magical sub-10 seconds, and we're currently sitting with one of them in the stable, and I'm sure more of them will come to break the sub-20 second barrier. Again, I can just say it's a huge blessing to be a part of this process, and we just want to build a team that completely provides support for them to just flourish and run a lot faster in the future.
Take us through your stable. Some of the big names, some of the names that South Africa is sitting here right now having chat to you. Who should we look forward to? Or look, that one's coming around in the future. That's going to be the next 200-meter sprinter, the next 100.
So nobody's speaking about a young sprinter that's in our stable, 17 years old, finished school last year, Leotlela Sonona, which was the second fastest youth last year in the world. An exceptional talent, and we've again just got to take him through the process step by step, not bleed him too early, and again he's one of the names to watch out for the future. He's definitely one of the athletes that I believe next year and the year thereafter is going to really shake up things and put pressure on these current athletes.
You mentioned some of them top 4, top 5, top 2 in the world in their respective ranks.
Yeah, Clarence Munyai is a spectacular talent. 20.10 in his opening race, Africa record. South African record in the 300 meters, a special human being in the top 5 in the world. Tando, from last year to this year, major change, now sitting, I think he's third fastest in the world currently. And then Gift, at 19 years old, already running 10.12 and 20.28, and that's only in his second race for the year. So I'm hoping to see what happens in race 4, 5 and 6. That's on the sprint side, highly talented. In the hurdles, we've got Rikanet, who's going to go sub 13 seconds, and then Wendo, who's been a long-standing client of ours, and it's fantastic to see consistently in the top 10. Very well, and consistently in the top 10 in the world, and running at all the diamond leagues, and up there with the best within a field. And then, the special one or the gifted one is Luvo, a mega talent, and we're really hoping that he goes the distance and eventually breaks Mike Powell's world record of 8.95.
The sky's the limit, obviously.
What I love about athletics is that we actually don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and what I love about the sport is that it defies all the laws of science. And that's what excites me. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. If somebody said 3 years ago we're going to have the world record in the 400, they'd say it's impossible. We now sit in 2017 and we've got a world record in the 400 and an Olympic gold. So that's what makes the sport exciting.
Where does this rate, as a former athlete looking or taking care of young and up-and-coming athletes, champions, world champions, and the likes of Luvo, to your achievements on the track?
You can't compare it. I was never as gifted as these kids. But again, it's just great to be part of the process, and to be part of this family of athletics and of performance. To wake up every day and work with highly motivated, focused kids or athletes, it's a real privilege.